Hey guys, welcome to Comic Night with Z.
Yes.
This is technically episode 16 in the Volume 2 era. All right, we got a pretty good healthy show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
First up, we got Ultimate Wolverine number 1. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is Ultimate Wolverine number 1? No. Ultimate Wolverine number 4.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why is it the first one that we're reviewing tonight?
It's number one up, not number one. Okay.
Yeah, number 1 in the lineup. All right, this is Ultimate Wolverine number 4, and you might be wondering, hey, these guys usually put their least favorites on the top, and you're right. That is exactly what we're doing. I think
stylistic choice.
Yes.
Knocked it down.
All right. So I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna be as honest as I can. This straight up disappointed me. It did that thing that movies do, where like stuff happens on screen, but it's showing like a wolf hunting a deer or some random crap like that.
It was a bear.
I know, but I'm tossing out an example.
Okay,
I'm trying to keep it vague because
there's not much to spoil in this thing.
There really isn't, except the twist at the end.
Because, like, honestly,
all of the action happens off screen.
Like, honestly, this felt to me like, even though it's not what happened, it felt like the Weapon X escapes issue. But if they decided to do that and not show you how he escapes
anything, so it's like straight up, it was just disappointing to me.
It would be as if in X-Men Apocalypse, when Wolverine is escaping, it would be as if you just heard all the screaming and they kept the camera the entire time on Mystique and them trapped in their little thing. You'd be like, guys!
In a movie,
where's the sexy bacon?
Sexy bacon. But you're right. So it's like in a movie, it's a stylistic choice. In here, also stylistic choice, but it does not work in comics. It's just,
or at least it didn't feel like it was good enough in the way they did it.
The artwork is beautiful. It really is, but it's just disappointing in how they used it. Okay, so yeah, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Ultimate Wolverine number 4, to me, it was a 2 out of 5. Very disappointing because I want to see where it goes. If you want a slow burn, if you want to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2 of this crap, okay, I guess, but it's just not going to last long.
Yeah,
because you can only hold my attention so far and squander my trust. But I will say the twist at the end, I kind of did not see that coming. Like there was inklings, you know what I mean? Like little breadcrumbs in the previous issues. And then seeing that, I'm like, huh, okay. It's kind of cool. Interesting choice that they got there, but it wasn't enough to give this comic higher than a 2.
Yeah, kind of killed my vibe for Ultimate Wolverine a bit.
I'm still gonna read. Yeah. We're still gonna read number 5. I just don't know if we're gonna keep with it because that was sad.
It might be done pretty soon.
Ultimate Wolverine number 4. Gave it a 2 out of 5.
Yes. Yep. I wouldn't give it that bad of a thing because it still was good. Like, I see what they were going for. The art was still good. It's just
they just dragged it on for too damn long.
Yeah, like there was so many times where I kept expecting, like, okay, we're gonna like pop out of this for a bit and get like, if that's like, and especially now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of how I kept thinking they were gonna do it. Where you get like flashes of the dream sequence of the wolf fighting the bear, mixed with a few like actual art pages of him in his like tube or whatever, just like freaking out or whatever. Then we're back to the wolf, and we're back to outside. We're back to the wolf.
I think it would have been better if they did that, but
that's kind of what I thought they were going for.
Like
but it never came.
They turned.
It was wolf. The entire
girls never came. Oh man, I want to go and watch that movie so bad right now.
Now put your shirt back on.
But anyway,
but yes, anyways, like I'm still giving it a 3 out of 5 because it was like the art was still good, story thing good. It's just personal wise, for my liking, did not hit home.
I was not into it. I was not into it at all. So yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 5. You gave it a 3 out of 5. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this. Yeah. Ultimate Wolverine number 4. I would still say to pick it up just to complete your set, I guess. But moving on to Zatanna, issue 3 of the new series. This one has almost no story in it. It has like little bits and pieces, but it doesn't really advance a whole lot of the plot, just of the plot around the MacGuffin, which is the Sword of Light stuck in her chest. So a little bit more of elaboration on that, and maybe a little bit of the Lady in White, or is it the Lady in White or is it the White Lady? I can't remember.
I couldn't remember either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Lady in White
because the White Lady.
That just sounds weird.
Too weird.
So it does show a little bit of the history of the Lady in White, and does reveal that she holds a personal grudge against the Zataras, not just Zatanna, but apparently her whole line. So I guess there was a pretty decent amount of story in here, but it was mainly action focused. Once it got going, it just didn't let up until almost the very end, and it was really good. The artwork for those action sequences is just astounding. And as y'all guys saw at the end of the previous issue, Basil Carlo was going to be in issue 3. Yes. Basil Carlo, as you know, is Clayface. And yes, Clayface does make a huge appearance in here. And yes, it is fantastically drawn. The artwork, like I said, is amazing. The storyline is still pretty good. Yes, I like it. I'm intrigued. I will definitely be checking out issue 4. I gave it a very positive 4 out of 5.
I'm still stuck in the 3s, but it's a very positive 3 out of 5.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So Zatanna issue 3, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. You're giving it a 3 out of 5. Yes. Either way, we do recommend picking this one.
Yes. And there's still slight frustrating parts of trying to read her words from backwards, which was funny because yesterday, I don't know why, because I don't know, maybe they were just doing it for free because of the fact that it was New Comic Book Day. Yeah. But DC put out it was either 3 or 4 character picture things, but they were all saying stuff like Superman's was all like, oh, today's a good day to bring hope, or Batman was like, today's a good day to fight the enemies or whatever, or fight your demons. But Zatanna's, they put it backwards, so it's all
I haven't seen that.
It's all her thing, and it's I spent so long trying to figure out what does hers say, and it was something with today is a good day to get over your daddy issues or something like that. And I was
so
it was funny that they put that out there on this day. And then there's a fact too where there was I don't know if it was a nursery rhyme or a spell, but towards the end there is I'm reading.
I had to read those pages 3 times to get it right.
I need to come back. I needed
the night light tonight is something. Yeah,
it's a lot of nights and
it was a crazy tongue twister. Yeah. I liked it.
I liked it too, but it was good.
All right, so bottom line, we do recommend reading Zatanna number 3.
Yes.
Very hopeful for the future of this series.
It's got.
I'm hoping it just keeps going.
It's got about everything, It's got story. It's got intrigue. It's got trying to teach you stuff, all wrapped in that sexy bacon.
Exactly. All right, wait, who's the sexy bacon? It's Blue Devil, isn't it? You're saying Blue Devil's a sexy bacon?
I mean, Blue Devil. I'm just. Blue Devil's a handsome. Is he a handsy demon?
I don't know. I don't know much about Blue Devil, but he is in this.
He's there.
Yeah, he's there. He's in there. All right. Moving on to what do we got?
Hulk.
Okay.
2.
So Godzilla versus Incredible Hulk, and as y'all guys know, we already reviewed Fantastic Four versus Godzilla versus Fantastic Four.
It's in the records.
Yeah, it is in the records. This one right here. Godzilla versus Hulk. I'm not entirely sure if they are set in the same universe, or if they're just a bunch of one-shots of what-ifs kind of thing. But this one takes place somewhere around the 70s. They do make a couple remarks about the 80s being around the corner. So I'm thinking, 78, 79, something like that. It opens up in Texas.
Yes.
Represent.
Although some certain geographicalness is being called into question. As someone from Texas.
That was back in the 70s. So maybe.
There was still no water
That's true.
in there.
There's still no water right next to San Antonio.
He would have had to, like, he ain't coming up the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
That's the closest water there is.
Was there even the Riverwalk in the 70s?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we're getting hung up on technical stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're like right down the street from where this this issue supposedly takes place.
He would have had to decimate like Houston on his way here.
No. Maybe like El Paso. Something like that.
I think he would have come up. Then if it was El Paso, he would have had to come through Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, we're getting hung up on the wrong stuff here.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I greatly enjoyed this. The artwork, in my opinion, was better than the Fantastic Four one.
Yes.
I liked the artwork for him versus Fantastic Four, but this one right here is a little bit more clean cut and featured a more classic looking Godzilla in his design. Not only that, but the story itself was a little bit better, and you got a little bit more in depth with the world with how they just dropped little knowledge pieces right here. Apparently Stark was crushed by Godzilla after designing Mechagodzilla kind of stuff, and Dr. Demonicus, yeah, something like that.
Calamitous?
No. That's Jimmy Neutron. Yeah. Apparently he has a grudge against kaijus, and there's actually a reveal of a second kaiju in here, just like in the other one. Just like in the Fantastic Four.
There's two reveals in this one, though.
Oh, yes, there are two reveals. There's three reveals. There's three reveals in here that are just like...
I don't know the thing.
So,
I can't remember three, but anyway.
So, this one right here, it does a pretty good job of telling a coherent story with limited page count, but at the same time, like, delivering the action that you love in Godzilla movies, that you love in superhero movies, and or especially Incredible Hulk stuff. But yeah, so it's just like I really can't explain much about it because it is incredible. Because a lot of the stuff is like what a twist kind of thing. And if I tell you any more about it, like I shouldn't have even told y'all guys about the Mechagodzilla thing, but
I don't feel like that's too much of a.
I know, but that's just to wet the whistle.
Because like if anything, if Mechagodzilla was going to appear in any of these crossovers that are coming up with him, I feel like it would be Hulk because that deals with like the army. So like of course.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not too bad of a sting.
But they do have another kaiju in here that I hardly ever get to see aside from its first appearance. Like
I thought, like honestly, since I'm not too into Godzilla. I like Godzilla, but I'm not like watching all the reading the lore and all that.
You don't know who Manda is.
I thought I was all like, is this a new guy? They made a new guy for this comic, but then you're reading it. And I was like, oh okay, no, he's an established guy.
He is an established guy, but it's not like super established, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's been around for like the past 30, 40 years, but at the same time, it hasn't really been used a whole lot.
Kind of like the female Silver Surfer.
Kind of, yes.
Established. She was there. Didn't really appear that much, but she was there.
Exactly. Like, there's lore behind it. So, yeah, it's exactly like that. And the way that they used it, the way that they updated it was really cool. So, I just really, I really enjoyed this comic. It's like, I just can't sing its praises enough on this.
It's good times.
Yes, it's very good times, especially if you love Godzilla stuff. Oh man, the team up. I'm just gonna tease a little bit of a team up, okay? Gets you right here. Gets you right here. Gets your heart racing. You're like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening. I wish I could see this in animation. So yeah, definitely pick up Godzilla versus the Hulk. One shot. It's super cool. You're not gonna regret picking it up. Okay, they got so many covers. I will say that the foil cover on this one, where is it?
Right there. It's right here. Yeah. It's right here.
I will say that the foil cover for this one, not as cool as the first one, where he's facing off against Johnny Storm. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of moving it around so that way y'all guys can see it. I'm hoping I'm not casting too much of a glare. All right. But yeah. So definitely pick up Godzilla versus the Hulk. Mm-hmm. I give it a 4 out of 5. What about you?
Yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's good times, man.
Yeah.
Solid, like, B-movie monster level.
Exactly.
And that's good stuff. I love that stuff. It's amazing.
The cool thing is it doesn't try to be any more than that. I think the writers for most of these know that they're like, man, they're playing with action figures kind of thing. It's like the Robert Rodriguez said.
They were using the lingo from that time period.
Yes.
So it's like
gum. What was it? Gum jabbering.
Whatever. Yeah, it was gum related stuff.
It stopped me in my tracks.
We had to ask our era expert, what does this mean? And he was all like, that just means talking, you know?
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, we can infer that. We can use our context clues. But yeah, we had to use our era expert.
Did he just cuss? I don't know. All right, guys. So Godzilla vs. the Hulk, number 1. That's a one shot. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. You give it 4 out of 5?
Yes. 4 out of 5.
All right, moving on.
Next up.
What we got?
The web of the
web of Venomverse.
Fresh brains.
Ooh, I like how we synced up on that. All right, Web of Venomverse, Fresh Brains. I'm pretty sure this is a one-shot, though it might be a miniseries before the main event, which is Spider-Verse versus Venomverse. Mm-hmm. So this is like the opening shot for that series, for that miniseries. Mm-hmm. It opens up on the Venom versus Deity? Connecting? They call it the Hive Mind. Yeah. And it is a...
technically wouldn't Null be their deity?
No, because Null was somebody that co-opted the symbiotes. According to the lore behind the Hive Mind.
Co-opted, and so no one even cares about...
Exactly. I have no idea what the reference is, I'm sorry.
Really?
I really don't know.
One of the greatest episodes of that series? I
don't know what series you're talking about.
You don't even remember him being all like, oh, but the problem is that dentists have co-opted.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had to jog my memory. But anyway, the Hive Mind in here is described as basically the Venomverse equivalent of the Web of Destiny, or the Weaver of the Web of Destiny. Mm-hmm. But apparently the two beings cannot coexist in the same multiverse. So they are going to figure out who gets to stay and who basically just like vanishes.
Basically, it's Fight Night.
Yeah, kind of. It's more along the lines of DC versus Marvel, mm-hmm. in which the Living Tribunal and
Collector, wasn't it? Collector?
No, Spectre. The Spectre saw each other, and they're like, "Whoa, what are you doing here? Well, I've always been here. Well, I've always been here." So you know that. Yes.
It's like you get a team, I get a team.
Yeah, and then so that's where this stands. That's the intention behind here, mm-hmm. and this is showing the Hive Mind.
Yes.
Viewing different realities and trying to find a leader amongst mm-hmm. the Venoms for his already picked team, or for the beings already picked mm-hmm. team.
Symbiote team.
Yes.
Symbiote.
Yes, symbiote.
However you want to say it, like if you're a symbiote, I'm a symbiote person. Mm-hmm. There's symbiotes, there's symbiotes, there's symbiotes.
Symbiotes.
I've heard a few people say
never heard that.
It's very weird, very strange.
Yes. But anyway, there's a bunch of mini stories in here where the Hive Mind is trying mm-hmm. to look into various realities, kind of like the Watcher, yes. and grading or like trying to pick
looking
a leader
for
from amongst
leadership.
them. Yeah,
trying to give them the matrix of leadership.
And the the ones that it picks are kind of silly. There's mm-hmm. Venom Mouse, mm-hmm. yes, mouse, and in which case a Venom symbiote finds a mouse, and it's silly, but mm-hmm. it's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. Finds in the Venomized section of it, a symbiote tries to operate on its own mm-hmm. and ends up taking over Catherine Power, or Kate Power, from the Power Pack. And it just, goes from there. I'm not going to tell you how it, decides. And then it finds Venom from 2296, where he is more in line with the regular 616, yes. Eddie Brock and Venom. Except
got his classic mullet hair.
Yes, exactly. And this one actually has a reason for, I guess, trying to be a little bit more altruistic. Yes. But as the Hive Mind notes, that reason may interfere with the overall goal that they're trying. But at the same time,
it's intriguing.
This Eddie and this symbiote achieved perfect symbiosis kind of thing. And then it leaves off on a random little thing that kind of like killed my vibe on it. So I gave it a 4 out of 5.
What was the random little thing?
The phlegm.
Oh, I didn't read that.
You didn't read that?
No.
Okay, that's why like it killed it a little bit for me. Just because like it ends off on like a really cool little scene, and then like after credits roll, bam, like okay.
I thought that was like a preview for an upcoming comic. So I was just like, I'm not gonna preview that.
Nah, it wasn't a preview for an upcoming comic. It was part of the comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like the Hive Mind didn't look into it, so I was like, the heck. So it killed my fun with it. Like it killed the. It ended on a too silly note to a really cool ending. You know what I mean? So I give it a 4 out of 5. But I still greatly enjoyed the rest of the comic.
Yes.
And I was vague enough so that way. I think I was vague enough so that way people could still enjoy it when they watch it, right? Or when they read it.
We kind of dabbled in each spot, like saying like, okay, we go to this person, we go to this person. But yeah, not too much is given away. I feel.
All right, cool. All right, so I give it a 4 out of 5. What about you?
I can agree with a 4 out of 5. Yeah? I can agree with that.
All right.
Solid.
I think this is the first one where we've said, oh, right, we're on the same page.
No, I think we agreed on the Hulk one.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yes.
All right, guys. Moving on to...
We're back in DC with Absolute Flash.
Now, Absolute Flash, #1 on sale this week. Dude,
number 2.
Absolute Flash #2 on sale this week. Sorry.
You just want a #1, don't you?
I do want a #1. I sold out of all of them.
We have a #1.
Do we have a #1?
Up next. It's a technical.
Oh, okay. So, Absolute Flash #2 on sale this week. Super cool, man. The artwork is amazing.
Yes.
I don't think he has super speed.
No.
I think he's moving through time.
I mean, he can move through time with this.
No. I think what everybody perceives as him being fast is him manipulating time, but not
Shadow the Hedgehog in this.
Kind of, yes. Yeah, I think he's Shadow the Hedgehog on this.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I still don't really see it that way, but we got it up there. It's on the board. Yeah. It's on the board of ideas.
The speculation. So that aside, the storyline is still very chaotic. It's following Wally West as he's trying to get a handle on what's going on, but he just can't, because in every single moment that he perceives, he's seeing the past, the present, the future, and he doesn't know what the heck is going on. So not only that, but he's being hunted, like at the end of the very first issue, by the Absolute version of the Rogues.
Yes.
So he doesn't know what's going on, but he's seeing all of these things. He's seeing possible futures. He's seeing other futures. He's seeing the past. He's freaking out.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Exactly. And I gotta watch that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It is a movie that you kind of have to pay attention to.
Okay.
But it is good.
Okay. But this one right here, the art, like I said, the artwork is amazing. His powers are just not what I'm used to seeing from the Flash. But then again, that could be because he's just he's too new at them,
yes.
And he doesn't know how to control them. But if you look in one of the pages in one of the scenes, he does kind of control it. So he's kind of learning on the fly, and it's just massively chaotic, and it is just fantastic. in how it's portrayed, right? It's and then at the end, because this one is touted as being shown as a first appearance of the absolute version of Grodd.
Yes,
I was I knew that he was going to have like a little monkey buddy, but and I thought it was going to be Grodd, but I thought that maybe it was going to be like Grodd Jr. or something, but no, it's friggin' Grodd, and he's kind of seems like Gleek from
he's just sounds like he would appear at the end of a Nickelodeon episode going, "Hi, I'm Grodd."
Yes, exactly.
Just like dun, 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 dun.
So this one, fantastic comic. I loved it. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yes, 4 out of 5. Tremendous stuff. Get more of Barry. Get more of the interaction with him and Barry.
While there was a lot of action, I would have liked to have seen more story progression. That's why I gave it a 4 out of 5.
See, my very positive 4 out of 5 for it is just the fact that it kind of like in the previous issue, it kind of made it seem like his accident was like boom boom, but in this one, it's like okay, no, like Barry and his dad like interacted during this tragic accident, and I liked it. I liked the thing here, even though Barry kind of gets like walloped.
Did he? Because we didn't see that.
The dad straight up was like, "Bah."
Oh, you said walloped. I thought you meant like.
Yeah. Oh. He was getting. Yeah, we don't know if he like. I'm still saying the skeleton that we see. I don't think that was Barry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wait. Yeah, we had already talked about this. Yeah. Like my speculation is that Barry is going to be the Avatar of the Speed Force. Yeah.
See, I'm still kind of. I still think possibly there could be a possibility out there that maybe Barry already was like the Flash or something. Maybe he had powers. Maybe
he's like their version of Jay Garrick or something.
Possibly, yes.
Possibilities. The possibilities are endless. All right, guys. Moving on to Absolute Flash. Just to recap, Absolute Flash number 2, 4 out of 5 across both parties. Moving on to
the Summer of Superman.
The Summer of Superman special. First off, the artwork is fantastic.
Give him a pet.
First off, the artwork is fantastic. This is the crypto variant that we got right here, and it's just friggin' adorable. It's 3 loosely connected storylines or 3 loosely connected chapters that are connected by a time traveling villain falling through an anomaly. The first part is showing Superman when he's still, just a boy. So he's Superboy. He had already been with the Legion of Superheroes, and they had apparently placed mental blocks in his brain to prevent him from knowing too much about his future. But when he confronts this time traveling villain, he accidentally glimpses bits and pieces of his future, and as soon as he's back, he just completely forgets him because of the mental block. So that was a little bit of storytelling right there to get people up to speed and all that stuff with his time traveling antics.
Yes.
It kind of shows you how him and Lana Lang were like best friends back in the day, and then
better friendship in the show.
Yeah, and then it fast forwards. I still have to watch the show. Wait, which show? Smallville or Superman? Smallville. Okay, yeah.
Superman, Superman did a good job. I really liked the Superman and Lois show. Okay. I really liked it.
I'm gonna start watching that.
Very touching ending.
Yeah, I heard.
Even though I'm kind of like, oh, okay, it's kind of sad the way they dealt with Superman at the end, but still, it was nice.
So yeah, Summer of Superman special. Chapter 2 and 3 are more connected to each other than number 1. In that. It's
a wedding.
It is a wedding. I'm trying to be vague as to who's getting married because I did not know that those 2 characters were dating. I don't know what's going on with that.
But I like it.
Also, I thought the Kents were dead.
Nah, bro.
No. Like there was a huge thing where Ma and Pa Kent were not alive anymore.
Pretty sure those are different Kents.
No. Like, I swear that was it, because there was a huge thing for a while where Superman was basically on his own kind of thing. And then, yeah, because John at one point had not met his parents, not met his grandparents. and then now they're alive, and I didn't know that. I don't know how long that they've been alive.
Well, didn't this Superman and Jonathan come from a different universe?
Right. This Superman family came from a different universe. You're right.
Wasn't this back when they were like doing away with like?
Yeah, like the New 52 was getting switched out for Rebirth.
Yeah, with Rebirth.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Whatever happened to the regular one?
I know
the one that was native to that universe.
I'm pretty sure I have the comic that it involves all that with, but I just don't.
Dude, there's so many retcons recently
and
that
plus
I'm
that
just
was
like,
so long ago.
Yeah,
so
it was like 10 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Yeah. So basically, it's just all good times. The artwork is fantastic.
Yes.
The writing is phenomenal. First off, like even though we didn't know like what was going on with some of the characters, it was written well enough that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, okay, cool, this is a thing now, and you just read it and it's good. You get some super powered team up antics. You get some. We got to be very careful about not spoiling the very end.
I think the best way to go about it is, even if you are not a Superman fan yourself, there is still reason to pick it up because it is pretty much the like starting of certain things coming together.
So that is actually not a spoiler, but how it happens, that would be a spoiler. Yes. So. With that being said, later on in the year, there is going to be a crossover between the main DC universe and the Absolute universe, in which Darkseid's energy took hold, and there has been a character missing since the DC All In special that a lot of people have been wondering where they have been. Where they have been. I'm not saying who, but in this one. You see glimpses of where they are, and you see glimpses of a possible future based around that crossover that's happening later on in the year. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it vague because when I read what was going on and I saw the speech bubble, I was like, oh, that's where they've been. All right, so I was like super excited, and I'm not even a fan of the character. I don't dislike the character. It's just I'm not like. Meh. I'm mad about the character, but I was like, oh man, they're back. So, bottom line, I give this one a 5 out of 5.
I liked it. I don't think I can give it a 5 out of 5, but it is a very high 4 out of 5. Would have been more. It would have gotten the 5 if there was more crypto. He's only in it.
Yeah, he's only in it for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You know what? You're right. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
But I highly enjoyed it. It's tremendous.
So Summer Superman special one shot. There's also a bunch of previews for upcoming series: Superman Unlimited, the new Supergirl, a few book series, and an expanded crypto young adult book. I think a young adult graphic novel where it's him, I guess, hanging out with baby Superman or baby John or something like that. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about those ones.
Yes.
So yeah, Summer Superman special, 4 out of 5.
Yes.
Definitely pick it up. Now
we go
on to
the top ones of the week.
Runner-up to Comic of the Week, TMNT number 8.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 8 from the new series. Picks up a little bit after the issue 7 left off. They're still kind of licking their wounds, but a lot of the turtles are taking the fight to the other people, to the foot sword, right? Face
Hands
to
to
foot
feet
style. How'd you like it? That's a good movie too.
I enjoyed them all.
Yes,
even the third one when they go to China. I know people dog on it. Wait, did they go to? No, they went to Japan.
Oh, you're talking about the one where they time travel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like
even
that one
though it's
too.
dumb, I still like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, TMNT number 8 from the new series. It starts off a little bit after the issue 7 left off, where they're still kind of regrouping, but at the same time they're not together Like they may be like physically near each other, but they are not fighting as a team.
Yeah. They share the same headquarters, but
like they're all just kind of doing their own thing. And Donnie is just like, man, these guys just don't know. These guys don't believe. These guys just like they don't get it. And the entire time he's talking to a dead rat.
Yes.
And rightfully so. All the brothers are like, dude, what is going on with Donnie? Well, like he's going crazy because he's talking to a dead rat.
Nursing a dead rat.
Yes.
Sometimes.
And eventually it gets to the point where Leo just decides to like handle things. He handles it wrong. This thing is like 3/4 action for the most part. There's, fighting against the bad guys. There's fighting against each other. There is realizations towards the end that might have huge implications, because there is a random scene involving April where I'm like, is that character really dead? You know what I mean? Because during issue 7, I was kind of thinking like, how would Donnie know these things? You know what I mean? And eventually some of the characters in here start like, how did Donnie know these things? And the mystery is there, the action is there, the artwork is fantastic.
Intrigue.
Yes, and I am just loving the direction that this series is taking. We see get a little cameo from Bebop and Rocksteady. That was pretty cool. So yeah, it's good times all around on TMNT number 8. I gave it 5 out of 5. I greatly enjoyed this comic.
I can agree with it.
And I'm not even a huge Turtles fan.
Yeah, comic fan. I'm not really a huge Turtles fan of these are really like some of the first Ninja Turtle comic issues that I have read, but I'm loving it. I'm liking it, man. Especially with the family dynamic of it.
Oh,
just its own, man.
It really does. All right, so TMNT number 8, 5 out of 5.
Yes.
Runner up to comic of the week. Now our comic of the week.
Yes.
All right.
Such a nice cover too. Such a nice cover.
Oh man, I want to edit it so that way it does a little ping, but I can't because it's copyrighted.
Yeah, I know. All our ideas. Why can't we become big enough so we can talk to them about it?
Exactly. So, comic of the week: DC Sonic crossover number 2. I love this comic. Okay, it is so funny. It has the action, and the artwork is fantastic. Okay, the artwork is amazing. The storyline, basic. It doesn't even have to be anything complicated. All right? The more complicated a storyline is, the more it has to do in order to be good. But the more simple an idea is, the easier it is to pull off, and they pull it off effortlessly.
Yes.
Okay? DC crossing over Sonic. You got the built-in team-ups right there. Silver GL. Batman and Shadow, obviously. Sonic and Sonic and Flash.
Yes.
Best part of the series. Best part of both issues so far. Their interaction, bro. And like, if it gets so bad between them that Superman has to come in and is like, dude, come on. They're like, okay,
focus. It's like, focus up.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely worth picking up.
Yes.
It ends on a huge cliffhanger. Okay, it was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that they did that to the universe.
Yes.
Let me see. What else? The whole faith in the animal stuff. That's pretty cool. Where Shadow's got kind of full of himself.
Yes.
He's like, yes, I'm the ultimate life form. Oh wait, hang on, what's going on?
They kind of gave Shadow a Flash scene, like in Joss Whedon. Well, it happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, but like the scene where Flash is like starting to use his speed to run around Superman, but then Superman's kind of like,
yeah, they did kind of take inspiration from the Justice League movie.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I liked how in here Wonder Woman is there and she's talking to the Justice League, and she's like, "Oh, we're waiting for Amy for Amy to charge up her vehicle and talk to the locals." And Amy's just in the background, just shooting the breeze with all the people. I think it was Gex
Yeah.
Gex and Team Chaotix or something, right? Yeah. So it's like little cameos, little Easter eggs are just laden throughout the entire issue. It's so fun. Yes. It's Saturday morning cartoon fun. You know what I mean? It doesn't try to be anything crazy, and that's good.
Yes.
Right? The more insane or more outlandish the plot, the more you gotta try to stick the landing. Dude, this sticks the landing.
Yes.
Love it. 5 out of 5.
It's done so well. It is a 5 out of 5. Yep. It's tremendous.
Yes.
I stay a little bit quiet on it just because, since it is so simple, just about everything, if you go into detail about most of the stuff, it's kind of a spoiler in itself, because that's what makes reading it so good.
Yeah, this one is just straight up fun. For fun for the whole family. Yes. So yeah, definitely pick up DC Sonic crossover issue 2 on sale now. And dude, we've already talked about it on the news, on the Geek News ones, but the second prints coming out for number 1 are fantastic looking. They are so cool. It is Sonic dressed up like the Flash. Yes. And he's just like, yeah. And it's just so cool. I love this comic series. I'm probably gonna keep one of those and grade it.
Yes.
Just for me, not even to sell in the store. I'm just gonna keep one and grade it.
Add to the personal collection.
Yes, the PC. All right, guys. I think that about does it for our comic reviews of the night.
I do think so.
I think we did pretty good. I think we got some cool stuff. Yes. Definitely pick up DC Sonic, Summer Superman Special, all that stuff. We'll see y'all guys next time. If you like the rantings and ravings of two madmen, go ahead and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you next time. Later.
Peace.